The Tom Woods Show, episode 1276, bonus episode.
Prepare to set fire to the index card of allowable opinion. Your daily dose of liberty education starts here. The Tom Woods Show.
Hey everybody, Tom Woods here, joined by Paul Counts, a guy I've gotten to know over the past year. I've been buying his stuff for a long time. I'm sure Paul has been able to take at least one vacation thanks to the Woods sales. Sometimes, Paul, you don't even know the things I buy through your affiliate links. I don't even have time to tell you. But I open your emails and I say, oh, yeah, I could use that thing. And then I just go buy it and you never know. So you're actually making commissions from Woods at times, 3 in the morning, whatever. Commission comes in. That's me half the time. So I'm really glad to have gotten to know you. I want people to get to know you because you have been doing this. You've been an entrepreneur and then an online entrepreneur for a really long time. When you told me how long, I looked at you and I thought, what did you start when you were 12? And it turns out I wasn't far off. So let's start in the really early days. You got a reputation for being like a little businessman when you were barely in high school.
Yeah, that's right. I appreciate that introduction too. And thank you for all those sales as well.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. So I got started actually before high school. I was in the second grade. I started selling pencils.
Pencils. I forgot the pencil story. Right.
Yeah. Eight years old. And I started selling and, I found a market and I filled it. Kids were showing up prepared. So I started selling them pencils. My mom, she would actually buy extra pencils for me just to have for inventory. It was pretty fun.
So then after that, I remember because we exchanged stories.
Yeah.
I first met you at Omar's conference in Orlando. And when we went out for lunch, it was like, we didn't stop talking the entire time. We said blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And it was really interesting getting to know your background because, you're a young guy.
Yeah.
And you look even younger. And then when you said, I've been doing this for, what did you say, like 18
years?
19 years
online. Yeah. Yep. So I'm now 33, started my internet business at 14. Prior to that, at the age of 12, I started selling T-shirts at my high school. So I've always been one of those people that when an opportunity comes my way, I just ask myself, why not? Like the question is, why not do this opportunity? What's the worst that could happen? And so whereas a lot of people, they have like this closed mind, like they don't want to take risks and opportunities. I've always been one that embraces opportunity, and says, why not do this? And so, at 12 years old, the athletic director at our school came in and he was saying, hey, I got this invitation. This company's looking for junior sales reps for our school. I think you'd be a good fit, because he knew about the stuff I'd done. And he's like, do you want to do it? And I said, sure, why not? So then I spent the next 2 years really selling T-shirts within my school. Then I started expanding to other schools. Little did I know at the age of 12, I was doing email marketing. So I was sending emails from my Hotmail account to get people out. And that was at the age of 12. But I really didn't start online until 2 years later when the owner of the company finally approached me about the fact that, or I kept approaching them about, hey, you guys need to get a website. Like you guys need a website because I can't send emails from Hotmail for the proof, right? Because the art proof was bigger than what Hotmail allowed way back then. And so I was like, you guys need your own domain. They finally got their own domain. He came to me and said, well, Paul, you wanted this. Now you learn how to market it. And so from there, that forced me to learn marketing. He paid me minimum wage to learn about SEO and press release marketing. A couple of years later, he approaches me and says, you know what? You're really too good at this to be making minimum wage. Let me refer you to a few of my clients. And then the rest was history. So self-taught myself in high school, just kind of embraced an opportunity that was put in my lap. And the rest is history. And here we are 19 years later and still running an internet business and living my dream and not working for a boss. So.
Yeah, that really is amazing stuff. By the way, Paul has just come from being inside a noisy Chick-fil-A. So he's standing outdoors. You may hear a little wind in the background. But as I always say, Paul, that just adds authenticity to the show.
It does. It does.
Let me ask you a little bit about your background. One thing about you that I did not know until we had that conversation in Orlando was that you are a distant descendant of Patrick Henry.
That is correct. Yeah, I'm actually the 7th great grandson of Patrick Henry. So it's quite an honor. Yeah. So direct descendant of Patrick Henry.
How did you find that out? Did you find that out directly from your family? They handed that down to you, or did you do some research?
Yeah. So it's straight. For my family, I've known it, since I was a kid, like I used to show and tell with an encyclopedia, way back when you had encyclopedias. Oh yeah. I'd say, look, this is, it's like show and tell time, right? But this is my great, great, great grandpa, And so, yeah, my family talked about it, and yeah, direct on my mom's side. So it's really, really special and really neat, and, great, great person in history. And yeah, just an honor to be able to say he's, I carry his bloodline. So it's pretty amazing.
That really is tremendous.
Yeah.
Now there's so many things I want to talk to you about. What I've been trying to tell people for a long time is that really there are three things that if you do them, it's not the only way to start a little business for yourself online, but it's an easy way and it's easy to understand what the steps are. It's just three things. Number one is to come up with an offer. And now really what you want to do before the offer really is you want to identify an audience first.
Yep.
An audience that needs something. That really is the first thing. In fact, I think I was about to say it backwards, because what a lot of people do is they come up with a product first and then they desperately try to force it on people. That's backwards. You want to find an audience that's looking for solutions to pain points that they have. So really you want to identify that hot audience. But related to that is you want to find an offer that's going to help them. And it could be you create your own thing, or it could simply be you find somebody else's offer and you can earn a commission as an affiliate. The second thing is you create some kind of an opt-in. Let's say you write a report that will help people solve the problem that they have. Because you could even, as a matter of fact, you don't even have to start off with a paid offer. What you could simply do, and this makes it even easier, is you find a pain point people have, you write a little report, or you find somebody else's report that you can license that helps them solve that problem. And all they need to do to get that report to solve that problem is opt into your email list. So the first thing is you identify an audience that has a problem. Secondly, you write by just researching it, or again, you license something from somebody. You provide them with the answer in exchange for their email. And then the third thing is then you follow up with them via email with additional offers, either your own or, as I do, as an affiliate, and you earn commissions when they buy. So that's it. You identify that audience. What's their problem? You could do a little research. Go to forums about that particular niche and see what people are complaining about, and then do a little research. You do a little research on something for a couple of weeks. You know more than 95% of the world on that subject. So you write up a little report, you give it away through email, and then you've got an email list, and then you build from there. You just rinse and repeat. You just keep building that list, and that list is extremely lucrative. You can do very well. You can work from anywhere in the world. This thing works. There are tons of people doing this. That's exactly what you do. Yep. It's exactly what I do. It's a simple model. So what about that have I said that you think is either wrong, or where people get stuck or they give up, or tell me what you would fill in there?
Yeah, no, what you said is absolutely true. People overcomplicate this business. I like to say, if you can write it on a napkin, then you've got it down, and you can write this entire business model on a napkin. Like I tell people, create a landing page just like you did, find that pain point. And this works for any market. Like I have email lists in some obscure niches. I have an email list in model trains. I don't even own a model train, but I found an audience that wants to know how to do better with model trains, and so like you create an opt-in page, you have people opt in for a report, and like you pointed out, you can license this content. You don't even have to be the expert on it. You could even interview an expert on the topic, spend 20, 30 minutes with an expert and get some content out there. And what you do is you do exactly what you just pointed out, which is funnel those people and rinse and repeat. Funnel those people into your opt-in page. You do not even need the paid product. The first upsell you give them could actually be an affiliate link, so an offer that you go out on ClickBank or JVZoo or any number of other offers or places, and you just send out an email and you make money from it. That's the idea. That's the business model. I like to tell people that if you look at, like, let's say you sign up for Amazon, or you sign up for a YouTube account, or you sign up for Pinterest or any of the major social media sites, Facebook even, what is the one thing you have to give up? It is an email address. They need your email address. And why is that? It's because email marketing is still the most important way for people to communicate. And it's also an asset that you are building. Like a lot of us here, we're business builders, we're interested in entrepreneurship. And one of the things you need is an asset in your business. Well, your email list, your customer list, your subscriber list is your asset. It is your most valuable asset. So that is the key to this business and having massive success. So it is a really great thing for you to be doing.
The tricky thing, I think, is not the finding the report and setting up the landing page. I mean, you could Google how to do those things.
Right.
The issue is getting eyeballs on that page, getting people over to that page. And there are multiple ways to do this. I mean, obviously with me, I've got a podcast. I can just bark at people, go to this page, and then they go do it. It's funny. I say things, people then do them. Or I could be more creative. I could use social media. I've got a lot of Twitter followers, Facebook followers. I could do that. I could also go up to somebody who has an email list and say, let's say I've got a list and he's got a list. We'll each send an email out for each other. I'll promote your report and you promote mine. Or if you have somebody, let's say this is an idea that Fred Gleek, who's a friend of Bob Bly, who's a friend of mine, came up with, which is suppose you've got somebody in your area who's got an email list of, let's say, 200,000 people, and you're selling a $17 ebook. You say, look, I'll give you 100% commissions on that ebook. You get all $17 if you'll send out a mailing on it. So maybe he sells 1,000 ebooks. He makes $17,000 in one mailing, so he's happy. But if you say, oh, but what do I get? Then you're not getting the point here. You just got 1,000 buyers on your email list, not 1,000 people who signed up for a free report, which is good enough. 1,000 people who prove they open their wallets and buy. That's gold.
It is.
So there are a lot of ways. What do you recommend for list building?
Yeah, for list building, there's a couple of ways. You can do solo ads. That's one way. And that's where you basically pay somebody with an email list to send an email on your behalf. It is the quickest way to build your list. And a lot of people just kind of get that misconception that you can only build a list with solo ads if you're in the internet marketing business opportunity space. And that is far from the truth. There's actually solo ad providers that will market for health lists. There's a site out there called Traffic For Me. There's another one called Udemy, UDIMI.com. Those are places where you can find offers for the health niche, for other niche markets online. The other great way to get traffic is Facebook Lives. I do a lot of Facebook Lives. And then another tremendous source to do this is YouTube. YouTube is basically, where you're going out there and you're identifying keywords, like words your audience is looking for. YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. A lot of people don't realize that people go to YouTube to find information just as much as they do on Google. And you go out there and you can type in, like, let's say your niche is back pain. So you have a solution that helps people cure back pain with certain stretching exercises in the morning. You could go out there on YouTube and do a video about the best stretch for back pain relief, or back pain relief stretch, or natural back pain relief. You could do a little video on that, showing people the stretch, or talking about the stretch, or talking about how you position yourself in your office chair, things like that. I mean, I'm just giving an obscure example here, just throwing something out there off the top of my head just to prove a point that you can do this in any niche. You do a 1 or 2 minute video on YouTube, and then you do another video on another topic. And the key to traffic, to any kind of website traffic, is consistency. I like to say consistency counts, in your business. And so you should be doing it consistently. So if you're going to do a YouTube video, do not just do one YouTube video. Do 10 videos, do 20 videos eventually. And that may sound crazy, but for people that are serious about their internet business, they need to treat it like a business, not a hobby. And so it just comes down to consistency. So consistently make videos, consistently do Facebook Lives. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, do a Facebook Live on your topic, and then download that Facebook Live and upload it to YouTube. Right there, you've now gotten exposure on Facebook and on YouTube. And then you've got Facebook groups that you could create around your topic. And that's another way to funnel people in there. And it just comes down, though, to consistent action. And, I like to say that, the best sort of action is consistent action. There's no perfect action. A lot of people get stuck on perfection and thinking, well, I can't launch this till my landing page looks perfect, or I can't put this out there till I look perfect on video. You're never going to look perfect on video. Just get out there and do it and see what happens, because you'll have no subscribers. You'll have no email list unless you put yourself out there. And so just go out there and do something with it and see what happens. And so those are just a few ways to get traffic. Solo ads is by far the fastest. You can also do Facebook advertising. You see a lot of those where people target people based on, pages they're a part of and groups they're a part of and interests that they have. Facebook ads are great. It does have a little steeper learning curve. I think solo ads, as far as a paid traffic way, is one of the faster ways to go. And then the free traffic side, YouTube is something you should definitely not ignore. It's a growing platform and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
I want to mention a guy you and I both know. He goes popularly by the name Mike from Maine, simply because he's an example of somebody who uses YouTube very effectively as a marketer. Because what he'll do is pretty much every day of the week. Now, I wouldn't do the strategy the way he does. I take a product and I just promote it until the offer closes. He does a new promotion every day. I just wouldn't do it that way, but it doesn't matter. The point is he makes a video on some product that's usually a very niche product that the average American's not looking for, but people in this area might be. And so it's usually an oddball name to the product. So as long as he puts that name in the title of the video, it's going to come up in a search. And there aren't going to be that many videos on some of these more obscure marketing products. And he's got a full, sometimes, usually an interview with the creator. He's got a review of the product. And the reason I bring it up is you look at his videos and, some of them have thousands of views. Some of them have 200 views, maybe 150, 300. And you think, boy, that's not doing well at all. But that's misunderstanding it. Those people are all hot prospects. Anybody who is watching a video on that specific product is a hot prospect. So you don't have to feel like, well, I could never succeed on YouTube because how could I get 1 million views? You don't need 1 million views.
It's a great point. And, the other point, like you could promote any product, physical products too. Like if you're targeting certain digital cameras, like, Nikon, and then you put in a whole SKU number of product IDs, that's a very targeted viewer because they are really interested in that camera. And so you might just throw them over the edge with a short little overview of it. The niche products that Mike from Maine quotes, they are very specific. And if people are looking up that title, then they're very interested. And so, that's a really good point. I'm glad you mentioned that.
I want to say something about you that I said. I actually made a video testimonial for you. So I think I think there are only 2 or 3 people I've given testimonials for.
Oh, thank you.
So, I mean, it's really, I'm very stingy when it comes to that. But one thing that stands out about you is that a lot of marketers know marketing, but they have to hire somebody for the tech side. They wouldn't know what to do with FTP or cPanel or just say, forget, this is like Greek. I don't know any of this.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, the tech people, if they had to sell something, they would starve to death instantly. They have no idea how to do it. But you are really good at both of those things. And one of the things that proves that is a product you have called I Am Tech that I bought from you. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people won't know. I bought the license from you to resell that product and to rebrand it. So I've rebranded it as the Online Earner Starter Kit because I have a lot of newbies. And when they opt in to get my free ebook, I then give them an offer. I say, look, it's true. You could probably figure out everything you need to do. Like if you want to start a website and if you want to set up an email service, and if you want to do all these different things, sign up for different affiliate programs, you could probably figure it out by spending all your time Googling and making yourself a lunatic. Or I could just give it to you all in organized step-by-step form in bite-sized little videos that will take you from knowing nothing to being really a seasoned, knowledgeable part of this whole world. And I offer it at a really good price. I mean, it'd be crazy not to buy it. So it converts very well. I promote this thing. So in other words, you created the videos. Now, I modified a few of them for my specific audience, but otherwise it's your product because I know you know your stuff, and why reinvent the wheel? You've already created this product. So I bought from you the license to that. And I've been offering it for about 2 years. I have not promoted it any way other than when you opt in for my ebook, I then take you to this one-time offer. I haven't mailed my list about it. I haven't told my podcast audience about it. I haven't done anything like that. It's when you opt in at pathstoincome.com and you get the 5 Paths to an Online Income ebook, you're then taken to this page. So my point is I have not done a full court press promotion for this, but yet I just checked before we went on. By just kind of sitting back, that product has earned me $53,676. So thank you, Paul. Thank you for an awesome product. I think it cost me $97 to buy the rights to that. And okay, then I design, we put up a simple dinky little page and we redid a few of the videos, mainly because my people use Bluehost and you were using HostGator, and I just wanted everybody to have the same login screen so it would be not confusing for them. But other than that, it's the same course. So what I want to tell people about is that exists. It's called PLR, private label rights. I bought the rights It's somewhat analogous to when Walmart has a brand of corn. There isn't really a Walmart farmer harvesting corn.
Yeah.
They buy the rights to the corn from somebody else and they slap their label on it. And that's basically what I did. And that's a really easy way to get started with a product. So I don't even have a question in here. Can you just comment on PLR as a business model?
Absolutely. No, and thank you for sharing that. And I just love those kind of success stories. When people can take content that's licensed, and I use private label rights content myself in my business all the time. And it's where you license somebody else's content. So you buy the license. You do not have to create the product. In my opinion, it is a way to fast track your path to success with your internet business because it gives you the product done. Like you don't have to worry about product creation. All you have to then worry about is how you're going to sell that. And Tom, you just laid out the perfect strategy there, where you're sending people to your opt-in page, and then that's the offer you're sending them to. You're not actually creating any kind of offer. You're actually literally purchasing the rights to a pre-made content. And the thing that I like about the PLR that I produce and that I like to put out is that I wanted it to be created by an expert, not outsourced. There is some PLR out there, just like anything, where, to be totally frank, you do need to watch out because it may have been created by, a third party that doesn't even know the business. They just paid them a couple $100 to write an ebook.
Yeah.
And so the branding that I've done is to really make sure it's content that you can make a good income off of, like you just pointed out. So there's great PLR out there that you can buy the licensing rights to and use it for, other markets out there. Like there is other PLR out there in other markets too. But private label rights material, to me, it's one of the hands down quickest and most efficient ways to get a product up for sale on the internet.
The trouble with it is, as you say, that it's a bit hit or miss, and you learn that very quickly when you start buying it. It sounds good on the sales page. Then you get it. You say, this is terrible. I mean,
Right.
Sometimes it's written by somebody where English was his fifth language, and it's like marketing was his 87th language. I mean, what the heck did I just buy? So you realize that reputation matters really in any market, but in the market for PLR, it really matters. So
it actually counts, I would say. But.
Yeah, it can. Well, of course, because Paul. But remember, Paul's last name is Counts, so his part of his brand is like you have a program called Success Counts.
Right.
It's always counts. So we were talking about Patrick Henry, you and I, and so we were thinking history counts. I mean,
Right.
It's like you changed your name to Counts just for this. But I think you and it's a handful of people. I'm going to have Charles Harper on my show sometime down the road.
Yeah.
And I think he's a great. I mean, he just seems to know everything about every platform there is. He can tell you the 12 different features you didn't even know you had. He's
Right.
that kind of guy. So I love stuff like that. Like I'm thinking I might start doing YouTube Live.
Oh, that'd be great.
So I have his thing because I want to know every little bit there is to know about YouTube Live before I start doing it. But anyway, I think you and just a handful of other people are people who, if I got your stuff and I promoted it or I offered it as bonuses or whatever, people would say, that's really, really good stuff. In fact, I just did a PLR offer where I said, if you buy one of the upsells, which is a little bit pricey, I will give you this absolute step-by-step, starting from zero to now you've got a business promoting these kinds of products. And it's your thing that you did in those webinars.
That's awesome.
Because I mean, look, I don't know anybody who knows more than Paul Counts, so that's what you're getting. It's Paul's
thank
stuff.
you.
Yeah. All right, look, these conversations when I have people like you on, they always end up with me saying, so-and-so is going to join us for a webinar. And that is true. There's no exception here. But when Paul is with me, I want to take a good chunk of the time, as you can, I hope, tell from this conversation. Paul knows a lot. He knows a lot about a lot. And I want him to be able to just answer some questions because I have a lot of folks who are just getting started and they have a lot of beginner questions. Even if you have more advanced questions, I mean, Paul can handle them. I mean, he speaks this language that I'm only just now learning. So I'd like there to be a big chunk of time where we just take a lot of your questions. No sales pressure. Don't worry about that. Now, Paul will make you an offer because as a marketer, he should, I think it's the automatic death penalty if you don't make an offer when you have an audience listening to you, but it'll be a darn good one and that I'm sure you'll be interested in. But either way, no one's ever said, I sure did waste my time listening to Paul Counts. Those words have never been uttered by anybody.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I think it will be good. And I'm looking forward to the Q&A part. I love answering questions. I mean, my passion literally is helping people run this business because it's helped my family. I mean, I've been in this for 19 years as well. I mean, and so it's just a great business. And I want to help as many people as possible launch their own online career.
Well, I promoted because I promoted a really, really high ticket product a while ago. And so as a bonus, I included your impact income program.
Okay.
And I had somebody write to me and say, okay, this Paul Counts program, and you also did it with Paul, who's the other guy?
Paul Evans.
Paul Evans.
Yeah.
This program, they said, is better than the thing I bought. This thing that you gave me as a bonus is better than the thing I bought. That's what I want. I want that kind of stuff. I want my people to feel like, man, he's covered all the bases here by giving me the best of the best. So we're going to have a chat with the best of the best live on November 14th. At 7 p.m. That's a Wednesday, November 14th, 2018 at 7 p.m. And to register for that and be there live, because that's the only way you're going to get your questions answered by Paul. You got to be there live. And the sign up will be at tomwoods.com/counts. Why not, right? tomwoods.com/counts. We'll do that. That'll be an easy way for you to remember. And we'll have some fun over there. So you definitely want to do this. While you're listening to me, pull over to the side of the road if you're driving, go to tomwoods.com/counts and sign up. And you're going to learn a lot. You're going to see why I hold Paul in high regard. And Paul, maybe we should mention, you and I have partnered up on a couple of occasions, let's say in the internet marketing world, have we not? We've done pretty well.
We have. Yeah, we have. We've actually won a few contests and, we've partnered up and teamed up. We're actually going to team up on another one here soon too. And I love it because we both have the same heart. We want to promote quality offers from good people that provide real solutions. And so it's always fun to partner up with you. And it's great. We both have a great mutual respect for each other. And the most important part is we care about what we're offering to people. And so it's always fun to partner up.
Well, let me mention, I don't want to keep you too much longer because I told you 30 minutes and we're right up there. But I just want to mention, there's a guy, I don't want to mention his name. There's a guy whose products I promote very regularly because they're always good. But I always look at them before I promote, even though I've had a great experience with him. So recently he had a product, and it's not that it's bad. It's not giving you bad advice. It's just not specific enough. I thought it was too vague. So I passed on it, even though I'm sure I could have won the sales contest and I could have won a prize and whatever. But why would I do that? I'm not in this for that. I don't want to screw people. I want people to get stuff that they really need and can benefit from. And so you and I have together promoted things that we both feel will accomplish that. But then can you just say one final thing before you go? You made a Facebook Live the other day that really hit me right between the eyes because it kind of is something I've been telling people.
Right.
There's a good quality product out there on the market, and it was $47. I mean,
$47. Yeah.
I mean, when you look at what people used to have to spend to open a business before the internet, I mean, think about it. A brick and mortar business, it was just a nightmare. So this 47
thousands and thousands.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Crazy. This was a product put out by Kevin Harrington, one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. Now, Kevin Harrington, has some credentials. So, you know what? I'm taking over. I don't mean to. I want you tell me what you were trying to tell folks in that Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah. No, the main thing is, Kevin Harrington, I mean, the guy that started As Seen on TV, or he's one of the owners of it, right? The As Seen on TV brand. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars worth of sales. Like, I used to watch his infomercial just so I could learn marketing. When I was a kid, I would be up late at night and my mother would scold me because I was watching infomercials, right? To understand how they sold. And so this is the guy I learned from on how to perfect an offer and a sales pitch. And, and if you buy this now, we're going to throw this in, right? This guy knows how to close deals. He is the master of it. Not only that, he is the original shark on Shark Tank, multiple billions of dollars in sales. He was offering his 10-module course for $47, right? And a very small amount of people on JVZoo, believe it or not, actually purchased this product. Like, I was floored. I was just shocked. But then you know what the top selling product was on JVZoo during that same time? A traffic robot that supposedly will get you unlimited amounts of free traffic in under 60 seconds. Unlimited amounts of free traffic, right? Right. I mean, so these people are honestly just going crazy. And I understand why people might be excited about it because I mean, that sounds pretty good, right? I mean, it got my attention too. I'm like, oh, free traffic in 60 seconds. But then all of a sudden you quickly go, okay, shut the front door for a minute. Let's see what's going on here. Like 60 seconds, unlimited free traffic. Why do you even need affiliates, man?
Yeah, you can a robot will send you
right.
That actually reminds me of a story when I have a digital product called libertyclassroom.com and I have an affiliate program.
Yeah.
Somebody signed up for the affiliate program, sent me 2,200 clicks and zero sales. And so I looked and he's sending all the clicks from Africa.
Oh,
he hasn't prepped. He's done nothing to sell the product. And he thought that if he sends clicks, he thought he gets like $50 per click.
Oh,
and so he wanted to know, like, where's my X thousands of dollars? And I said, well, they have to be sales involved here. So, I mean, that would be about the quality of traffic, I presume, you're going to get from a robot.
No doubt, if it even delivered on that promise, So, like, that's the other thing. And so my whole point is like, I tell people, hey, if you want to treat your business like a hobby, then that's fine. Then go buy the stuff willy-nilly and buy cheap products and all that. Or if you want to treat it like an actual business, you should invest in things that real entrepreneurs, serious entrepreneurs invest in, such as an entrepreneur, you should always be investing in courses and training from people that are at a spot where you want to be. Like, I want to be where Kevin Harrington is, or I want to be, he's better than me, obviously, at sales. So that's the kind of training I buy and go through. That's the training Tom buys and goes through. Like, we want to better ourselves. We're real entrepreneurs. We're real serious. And so you need to treat your business that way. You can't treat it like a hobby. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. If you treat it like a business, you're going to get business results. And so, that was just kind of my, little soapbox there on Facebook, but it was telling people, like, wake up, like how are you guys investing your time and money online? Is it, these random small little programs that traffic robots, or is it training from a guy that sold billions of dollars, literally billions of dollars, and is the pioneer of as seen on TV? I mean, hello, the guy that pioneered the sales pitch is teaching you to do sales pitches for under $50, and people on JVZoo thumbed their nose at it. It blew my mind.
Yeah, I sometimes I just don't get what sells and what doesn't. And not only do I not get it, it just frustrates and depresses me because I say, look, I guarantee you this thing will help. And that thing is just a shiny object that's distracting you from the thing that will help. Well, one thing I know for a fact will help is picking the brain of Paul Counts, which I have shamelessly done, especially since getting to know you in March of this year. Shamelessly.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, and I appreciate this conversation. So definitely make sure and sign up to chat with us, tomwoods.com/counts. Sign up as soon as you hear this, and we will have a great conversation, and you'll learn an awful lot from Paul. So, Paul, you get going, and thanks so much for the chat today.
Hey, thank you. It's an honor to be here. I'm excited to answer your guys' questions on the webinar.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for today. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to be talking about public goods, the public goods argument. This is why government needs to supply the following things. We're going to look at some holes in that argument, and we're going to look at a couple of the toughest cases of all of goods that, because of these arguments, supposedly cannot be provided except by the government. We're going to take all that on with the author of a new book on exactly that subject. So I will see you tomorrow.
Become a smarter libertarian in just 30 minutes a day. Visit tomwoods.com to subscribe to the show for free, and we'll see you next time.